Hello YouTubers, Big Philly with Poor Boys RC, and today I just wanted to take a quick minute and give you guys a bit of a review on the Injora Shocks. Some of you guys have been leaving me comments. Thank you so much for the comments, by the way. But some fellas have been leaving comments and asking about performance-wise, how are they? Are they leaking? All that good stuff. So let's just get right into it and answer some of those questions for you. So here we are, folks. We got the shocks mounted up here on my Tamiya Midnight Pumpkin, and I've run a few packs through the pumpkin so far with the shocks on here. I've tried a couple different setups and almost gone full circle back to where I started with one slight modification for the front. So I'll kind of go over everything and let you know what I've done so far and where we're at with everything. So as far as the rear shocks go, again, just to reiterate, we've got two coil springs. We have an upper and a lower, two separate springs, and there's a center perch here that divides the two. And on the rears, I've got the softest spring on the upper and the lower. So it comes with a soft spring and a hard spring. These are both soft, obviously the same with the other side. And this provides, for the first time I think in my pumpkin's history, it's nice and plush in the back here. And with this sort of setup where you don't have a lot of weight on top, none of that sprung weight to really make the suspension work nicely. These springs are soft enough that the pumpkin will soak up a lot of the little jolts and actually work almost like an independent rear suspension truck. So it's the most functional, smoothest rear suspension setup I've had on the pumpkin ever. And this is my first hobby grade RC. I got my first pumpkin in 88 or 89. So that's saying a lot. That's a pretty cool statement. So yeah, here they are. I mean, they look fantastic. They have not been leaking any oil. I'm running 35 weight shock oil in all four corners. And again, soft spring here, soft spring here. They only come with one piston, so I'm just running that one piston that it came with. And they've been really, really nice. Check this out. Little bit of a bounce. We're on my table, but on flat ground, on solid ground, it actually just bonk, and it acts like an independent rear suspension truck. Really stoked about that. On to the front. So on the front, all of you guys that run a Midnight Pumpkin or the CW01 chassis, you know how the independent front suspension, how there's this amazing, variable camber, I like to call it, as the suspension flexes. And with the stock springs that are so soft, when you hit reverse, it crouches down like this. Crouches right down as it hammers down in reverse. And if you hit a jump, the front shocks just absorb all that momentum, and it doesn't really act too well. So I was running Traxxas oil-filled big bore dampers up in the front here in the past, which worked well, but they were a little too stiff. So it made the truck launch really nice off a ramp, but it was just too stiff. Didn't have enough sort of dampening action. Yeah, so again, with these guys, I went with soft down below and soft up top. And it was a little too soft up front. It was almost like the stock springs where, again, when you hammer reverse, the front end sucks down. And yeah, it wasn't the best setup. So stuck with the 35 weight oil in there. And I changed the lower spring to the firm spring and kept the soft spring up top. And that seems to be a nice little sweet spot where now it doesn't cave automatically under pressure, and it'll still jump really nice, and it won't just kind of suck up all the energy off a jump. Yeah, it'll dampen beautifully. I mean, as you can see, it's they're really nice and really nice and smooth shocks, and they work really well. It's a really great setup. So again, the stiff spring down below, soft spring up above, 35 weight oil in there, and they're working fantastic. So I hope that quick little review gives you guys a little bit more insight in these shocks, these Injora oil-filled shocks that I found on eBay. They're a great buy. Again, I think I paid about $20, 18 something with free shipping from China. They arrived in about 3 weeks. They've got a couple different colors available, beautiful anodizing. They come with a different set of springs, two different set of springs, a firm and a soft. They look great. They're super, super smooth. They're really nice. They're a really nice bang for the buck. They're not a big bore, okay? They're kind of more like just a smaller, thinner, standard bore shock. But, you know, on a kit like this Midnight Pumpkin, I think they look nice and certainly perform a lot better than the stockers do. Hopefully that gives you guys a little more insight into these shocks. If you guys have any more questions, just throw them down in the comments below. Always happy to answer. And I will get out and make a running video with this pumpkin really soon to demonstrate what's going on. I've got a couple little issues with it. I've torn a tire in the rear, and I've got a couple little things I'm trying to just get fixed up before I put her on video. So that'll be the plan. I've got some parts on order, and when they arrive, we'll get a running video of the pumpkin, and we'll show off how these shocks work. But in the meantime, for 20 bucks, go out and get a pair, try them on. I'm sure you'll be very happy with them. All right. Thanks everyone for watching. Be excellent to each other. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.